Look at it. Last Monday I bought this beauty for a person that doesn't want to be named because she thinks you're gonna hate on her and talk shit. Even though I said that you guys will most likely not do that. And she was really happy about it. We took her for a little spin, with without license plate, and just gave her a little quick check to see if everything's working as it's supposed to. One carburetor was a little clogged, it felt like, but other than that, it was running smoothly. And on Wednesday, she called her insurance guy to bring license plates. And then later on Wednesday, didn't look so good anymore. Um, Now let's talk about the bike before we talk about her. Well, it's pretty fucked. There's really not much that can be salvaged from this. Just to name a few things, the front fork is absolutely bent. One of the forks actually broke. The front rim is broken. The brake discs are broken. The steering is probably broken. The fairings are gone, most of it, or are broken. The frame at the back where you're sitting on is bent sideways. The normal frame, we didn't even look if that is also bent. Since that is all welded together, it's just one big frame essentially. Yeah, I mean it's not that expensive. Like if we are talking about individual parts, like the fork is $140, the rim is $40. The frame was, I think, $170. But if you add all these things together, it doesn't make sense to repair it because the bike itself only cost $800. Probably just go for another bike if she wants to ride again. So, what happened? I really don't know. I can only do a couple, probabilities where what I think is most likely that has happened. Right now in the background, you see footage of me coming up to the crash site. This is on the Autobahn and there's a right-hander coming up. I'm just gonna let you watch through that. I was going very slowly to see if I can see any kind of marks or spray on the ground. But it happened in this right-hander very early actually. We will go in depth later. Sadly, it's dark, but that's just how it is in Austria in winter. At the time when she was riding, it was during the day, so it was not dark. But it was raining, just like here. It was probably not raining, like literally raining, but it was certainly wet. So I scooted the video back a little bit, and on the left hand side on the barriers, you can see a red marking that's coming up. And that's where the bike has impacted. Now you might say, well, that was pretty unlucky because it's the last pole in the barrier. But these poles, or whatever they are known to cut you in pieces if you fly into them. And what I think that happened here is she came to the corner, the right-hander here, because this is at the entry of the corner, so this is not even that tight at that point. And I think in her head, that's what I used to do at the beginning, thought, oh shit, I'm too fast, might have pushed the brake, because at that point where she must have crashed or where she must have lost control over the bike, there was not really a lot to turn in. So at that point, I do not think that she had any or much lean angle at all. I just think that she must have grabbed the brake, something like that. The front just gone. Why I think that she was very lucky is because we can see the bike impact in the barrier, in the last pole in the barrier. And usually when you go right and you brake and you fall to the inside of the turn. So she probably fell off the bike to the right and then didn't even touch the barrier. Like I think she scooted past the barrier on the right, or maybe only hit it ever so slightly, but she did not like full on impact with the barrier, because then she'd probably dead. Now you might wonder how I can come up with all of these crazy theories, but there was the firefighters came afterwards to help her, and because she was unconscious at the time they arrived. Oh wait, it's the guy that can't pick up my food. Hallo?
Ja, haben Sie welche Adresse bestellen? Ja, gepasst. Okay, ich schicke Fahrer, ja?
Okay, danke. Idiot! Can never find my house. My house is top secret. It's so you guys cannot dox me. You know, I'm undetectable. Regardless, so she was unconscious at the time they arrived. They took a bunch of pictures and whatnot. From those pictures, I can show you. They told me a couple things like the fact that she was behind the barrier, but they weren't there obviously for the crash, and there's no camera that was recording that anybody saw. And apparently there was no other person that really saw what happened, or at least didn't say anything. But that's just the most likely thing that happened. As you can see, she got a free helicopter transport. Unfortunately, she had a major concussion and some brain bleeding. Didn't even know she had one actually. So she can't remember of anything what happened that whole day or what happened the following day. Her short-term memory is pretty busted, or was pretty busted. A bunch of minor things, nothing really too major. She had a couple bruises here and there, but she was wearing full clothes, full motorcycle clothes, from the helmet to the bottom. Basically everything had protectors in it. She was actually, there's no road rash at all. Because of her brain, she first was at the intense care unit or whatever it's called, where they monitor you the whole time and they check you out all the time and whatnot. But a couple days later she got out of there. Now she's chilling in the normal room, and she's, you know, getting care, you know, every couple hours. But she wants to go home. She's doing a lot better. As far as I can tell, she wants to ride motorcycle again, but she doesn't want to. It's totally understandable. Certainly nothing that I would do, but I'd probably die because I'm usually pretty quick. She probably was not speeding, because whenever she was riding with my bike in the past, it was more on the slower side. It's nothing bad really for a beginner. Well, if I remember back when I started, I was mostly slower than what's allowed, simply because I had no idea what the heck I was doing and I didn't want to die. So I don't think she was speeding or anything. It was probably just she just caught the brake, and that's it. In the wet. In the wet you have no buffer for such stuff. You have to be really smooth on the brake, very slow, otherwise you're dead. So nothing to worry about. She's alive. She's doing pretty good now. She's probably getting home tomorrow. I don't know how to end this video. Just type something in the comments that isn't too mean, otherwise she's gonna kill me.